The Grizzlies haven't had much success at home this season, just going 5-7 here at FedEx Forum. But with the Oklahoma City Thunder in town tonight and their two All-Stars Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, the Grizzlies are hoping for a huge crowd to give them an edge. Already owning one of the better practice facilities in the country, the Finch Center, the Tigers are now well on their way to a new state-of-the-art facility thanks to a $10 million donation by former Tiger Bill Laurie, a teammate of Larry Finch's on the 1973 Final Four team. One of the many things that sold Memphis as a perfect location for the American Conference Tournament is the FedEx Forum's close proximity to the world-famous Beale Street. Fans are just steps away from celebrating their team's win or drowning their sorrows. The Grizzlies didn't have much working in their favor tonight as they hosted the Orlando Magic at FedEx Forum. The Grizz looking to snap a two-game losing streak and pick up a rare win at home. But the Grizz down to only 9 players tonight because of injuries. Quincy Pondexter being the latest player to go down. More on that in just a moment. Not much of a bench for the Grizz tonight, but that was just to lure the Magic into a trap. Backup forward John Lord coming up big with Zebo and Costa Koufos in early foul trouble. Lord with 8 points and 7 boards in the first half. He would finish with a double-double, 16 and 12. Rookie Jamal Franklin getting some extra minutes tonight and making the most of them with 8 points, including a couple of threes. The Grizz on fire in the first half, on their way to a 51-30 halftime lead. The Grizz vets then stepped up, Zebo waking up to finish with 19 points and 12 rebounds for another double-double. Mike Conley with 13 points and 7 assists on the night. The Grizz hit a season-high 10 threes and 17 tries as they go on to beat the tragic 94-85 to improve to 10-10. As we showed you just a second ago, backup swingman Quincy Pondexter is in street clothes. He'll miss the rest of the season with a stretch fracture in his right foot. Coupon and the Grizzlies got that word this morning, so the Grizz lose one of their top three-point threats and fan favorites.
You know, we've got a couple, gonna be fine.
And the Tigers stay put in this week's national ranking, still 16th in the country by the Associated Press and 15th in the coaches poll. The 6-1 Tigers host Arkansas Little Rock on Friday. And Tiger football coach Justin Fuente has kicked freshman running back Marquise Wolford off the team and said he's no longer welcome back. Wolford, who had a breakout game in the Tigers' win over Arkansas State with 173 yards, was benched at midseason after a series of fumbles that proved to be too costly for the Tigers, who finished the season 3-9. And a big day for the St. Louis Cardinals, who saw 2 of their former managers get elected to the Hall of Fame. Joe Torre and Tony La Russa, who replaced Torre as the Cardinals manager in 1996, were unanimously voted into the Hall today, along with former Atlanta skipper Bobby Cox. Torre played and managed for St. Louis before going on to manage the Yankees to four World Championships. La Russa guided the Cardinals to 2 World Series victories in 2006 and 2011. I'm Matthew Schwartz, News Channel 3 Sports. And not to take anything away from the Grizzlies' hard work last night, but it certainly didn't hurt that they were playing the woeful Orlando Magic, who had lost their 4 previous games by an average of 16 points. Still, the Grizzlies were down to just 9 players thanks to an injury bug that has taken a linking to Beale Street Blue. So it was a perfect time for the Grizzlies' backups to stand up, and they did just that. John Lord posting the first double-double of his career with 16 points and 12 rebounds. Rookie Jamal Franklin scoring a career-high 8 points, and much-maligned backup point Nick Calathis dishing out a career-high 8 assists to just 2 turnovers. The Grizzlies bench outscored Orlando's 38-4 on their way to a 94-85 victory that snapped a 2-game losing streak.
Together, and that's why we won the game.
And the competition gets a whole lot tougher tomorrow night when the 10-10 Grizzlies host the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are 15-4. This past Saturday turned out to be an extremely tough day for Tigers senior running back Brandon Hayes, whose last college football game may have been a 45-10 blowout loss at Connecticut. On top of that, Hayes returned to Memphis Saturday night to find his rental home had been burned to the ground. Hayes losing all of his belongings. The NCAA does allow people to make donations to help a student athlete who has experienced a tragedy like this. You can go to the sports page of our website at WREG.com for details. Hayes led the Tigers in rushing this year with 860 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's also appealing to the NCAA for a 6th year of eligibility. And Ole Miss has given second-year coach Hugh Freeze a 1-year extension through 2017 and upped his annual salary from $2 to $3 million a year with annual increases of $150,000. Ole Miss is also giving Freeze $400,000 to spread across the salaries of his assistant coaches. The Rebels finished 7-5 this year after going 6-6 in Freeze's first season. I'm Matthew Schwartz, News Channel 3 Sports.
After 6.5 seasons in a Grizzly uniform, Rudy Gay makes his first trip back to FedEx Forum since being traded away in January. Gay leads the Toronto Raptors into Memphis tonight in a matchup against his former teammates.
Playing more games and more minutes than any other player in franchise history, Rudy Gay knows tonight's game won't be like any other on the schedule.
It's different. It's a little different being back here.
A place where he spent over 6 seasons becoming the face of the franchise, now back in a different uniform, Memphis still holds a special place in his heart.
You know, Memphis raised me. You know, I came here when I was 19 and left when I was 26, and you know, no matter how you play it, you know, I was here for most of to start my adult life. So, yeah, I talked to Mike a lot, talked to Mark. Zach just had a baby, congratulated him. I mean, we've been together and played together and basically lived together for 6 years. It's not like we were just going to stop talking. There's no bad blood between us or anything.
His former teammates haven't forgot about him either, but tonight he's the opposition, and there's still a game to be played.
I'm sure he wants to play here well, and he wants to win. We're going to try to, don't let him get away with a win.
The Raptors make their one and only trip to Memphis tonight, and the Grizzlies will travel to Toronto in March for the team's second and final meeting of the season. I'm Matthew Schwartz at the Grindhouse, News Channel 3 Sports.
Tiger fans have been waiting months for this night with a top 10 recruiting class, a preseason top 25 ranking, along with a veteran backcourt. Memphis looks to start off their 2013-14 season off with a win against in-state opponent Austin Peay.
The Tigers and fifth-year head coach Josh Pastner entered the season ranked 11th in the country, led by 4 senior guards and some top-notch freshman talent.
We've been waiting on this for a minute now. We've been working hard all summer, and we're ready to get out there and play.
We need those freshmen, they're like the key to our success.
Austin Peay comes in under the leadership of former Tigers assistant coach Dave Luce, now in his 24th season with the Governors.
They're well coached by Coach Luce, and they got good veteran guys.
Once again, there's a lot of buzz and preseason expectations for this Tigers team, but for Pastner, all the hype is simply just talk.
I love predictions and/or preseason expectations because it's good for the program, for relevancy in the national stage. But as everyone knows, I'm about action and doing the job.
The Tigers begin the season in the new American Athletic Conference, which brings back some old rivals like Cincinnati and reigning national champion Louisville. At FedEx Forum, I'm Matthew Schwartz, News Channel 3 Sports.